Welcome everyone to another day of learning. This stream, I focus on integrating the backend, not actually for integrating the backend, but building the flight booking engine. And then the morning hours have been mainly about working with Kubernetes, or rather learning it. So today I want to spare some time to do some integrations, okay? Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 depending on time, okay? I've learned that it's better to be consistent than to do nothing. Despite the long day, I want to do something. So yeah, welcome to this day of building, and let's get started. So I'll go to Postman, or maybe even before that, let me run the backend, say Docker compose app. Okay. So the backend is running. Then also I need to run the front end. So to run the front end, I want to use this command called nvm to choose Python version, not Python, but Node.js. I'll say nvm use 20. For some reason, this new eye of YouTube somehow confuses me. I guess I'll get used to it after some time. Okay, then I can now say npm run dev. So yeah, the front end is running, the back end is also now running. So the endpoint I want to integrate is the one for searching for cities. Let's just go to Postman. So Postman, I can close up this, close this. Okay, I'll say save, close this other one, save. And then come here, go to airport city search. Okay, you remember we implemented it. But why is airport city search having a wrong? It's a wrong endpoint. I wasn't expecting it to have this kind of information. Okay, if you look at it, it's saying shopping flight, but this is wrong. Okay, either way we can still find out from the code. Okay, and then I fix it in Postman. So when I go to routers, flights, I should see the city search. Yeah, this one here, reference data locations. Okay, this is the correct endpoint. So what I need to do is to get back Postman and remove this. And hopefully this time I don't forget to put the correct thing. Then again, I want to see the type. Okay, airport search response. It expects number of things, not the response, the request that I want. Okay, so the request takes in a keyword, okay, which is a string and a subtype. Okay, by default it can be any. Okay, but this location attribute, if I say location dot, okay, this, it can be airport or city. Okay, if I say any, it will, I think, bring back both. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. So let's execute it. If I go to Postman, where is Postman? If I hit send, you see this unprocessable entity. If I add here a key, what key should I add? Keyword, okay? If I say the keyword in this case, keyword is, maybe I want to search for Nairobi, okay? I hit send. You see what we get? It gives us an empty array, okay? This is crazy. Why would we get an empty array? If I say NBO, I'm not getting curious, okay? So look at this. If here we put some data, okay? it is saying subtype location, subtype airport, the name, okay. Then it has the ID, then you have the self having href and methods. You have the time zone offset, the IATA code, so I'm actually interested in the geocode. Then there's the address, the city name, okay, Bangkok, city ID, country code, region code. Then has analytics. Okay, so it's the first one. So this is the second one, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Okay, a number of results. So my question is, why is it not returning for? I would expect it to return things like if I said maybe for example, like maybe Cairo, it gives me back names of locations where Cairo is. So you see we have Cairo airport, okay? Okay, this has passed, okay? But then I wonder, why would, okay, why would something like I said this in Nairobi and it failed? I would expect it to be Nairobi to be closer to anything. I see Nairobi is empty, okay? I would expect it to search for something close to that, even if I change like the spelling, okay? So let me try Dodoma. I see still brings empty, okay? So crazy. All right, I think Nigeria may not be a country code. Let me see, maybe try Lagos, okay? Because in travel, I think you cannot say Nigeria is like a country code, okay? So this is actually the correct thing. You cannot say, I think actually in air travel, you cannot say you're traveling to Nigeria. You'd have to be specific where in Nigeria. So I think that's why I said I think Lagos passed, okay? Lagos passed and was. We have a number of them. I want to see the options they're going to bring. What is crazy, I'm not seeing Lagos, Nigeria. Crazy. Say Abuja. Nothing. Probably there's no airport there or something like of that sort. Okay. Yeah, but it's a whole learning experience. Let me try this and see. Nothing. If I try, see Heathrow. India. Okay. There we go. We get some results. Okay. So there we a subtype. What if I specify the subtype to like probably a city? Would we get? We have got some results. All right. Let's now try to integrate. But before I integrate, I'll need maybe to check one more time in the Amadeus documentation just to make sure all is okay. So I'll look for flight. Amadeus. Let me check their documentation. Build the feature of travel. Go to the flight documentation. This is not what I'm looking for, of course. I don't know why they brought me here. Okay, I'll try this. The flight of a search. Okay. So what I'm looking for should be in airport. Okay. Airport and city search. Just to understand it more. Probably there's something I didn't understand when I was creating it. So I'll say the airport and city search API. Let me read this. It says the airport and city search API finds airports and cities that match a specific word or string of letters. Using this API, you can automatically suggest airports based on what the traveler enters in the search field. Yeah, this is what I want to do, okay? To automatically suggest airports based on whatever the traveler enters in the search field. And they're saying the API provides the list of airports or cities ordered by yearly percentage. The API provides a list of airports or cities ordered by a yearly passenger volume with the name, okay, name of the city or airport, a 3-letter IATA code, the time zone, and coordinates of each airport. Okay, so like here they're saying which cities and airport begin with loan. Oh, so so it's, can I call it like what it tries to look out for? Okay, is strings that start with a particular set of characters. And they're saying airports must have a minimum of commercial flights per week to be included. They're saying excludes military and private airports. Only cities with airports returned. Otherwise, use city search API. No. Yeah, actually, I want only cities with airports to be returned. Okay, so yeah, it makes sense. It fits the purpose I want to do. Okay, simply enable someone to search for an airport. Okay, so my notice crazy. I tried this, and okay, we have land city. Let's see. I want to see if this matches my request. Location, city, name, detail name, ID, offset. But how does this? Okay, I don't see any relationship with what is inside here. Let me check maybe the first one. If I check the first one, okay, yes, I see London. Okay, London makes sense. Okay, and also, but then when I check the second one, I don't see anything else. Maybe they're just bringing things which are closest to maybe the search term. Okay, but I thought maybe it only searches for this kind of like words beginning with this, as they said in documentation, but it seems different. I want to test if it is only case sensitive. Open, okay, get the same thing. But it appeared as it was not working earlier. Let me try. If I put the full, what happens? Okay. What happens if I say new? Okay, New York came back. Like the prompt, like they said, we have the name, okay, the IATA code, and the coordinates. Okay. So we shall mainly need those two. We display the name, okay, and then under the hood capture the IATA code. So let's implement this, okay? So to implement, I'll go to the front end. Okay, it's still running. Open it up. So open, let it load. I'm not really a fan of these front-end tasks, but let's do them. So the whole idea is when you come here, okay, and then you type something, okay, you should see a search result, okay, even here, a search result, okay, so that you're able to search for the city or airport, okay. That is the goal, to search into these input boxes. So I'll remove them and go to the code base, okay. Let's go to the front end. I'll close this backend directory, go to front end, open up source, okay, open up app, then this page, okay. So this form, okay, is in the hero section, you get. So I go to this component, hero, okay. This hero section has the booking form, okay. So I am going to want to show you the actual form. If I show you the GSX down here, yeah, we disable some things like the currency. I want to show you, where are these? It's the return date. What is here? It's a round trip, one way. These are already buttons. Close this. I'm looking for, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the field for putting in the origin location code. And the next one should be the one for the destination location code. Okay. So these are the ones we need to modify. These two, okay? This one and this other one, these two here. So again, just to make sure, so when we type, we should be able to see like a list, okay? A short list of places, okay? So this is what I'm going to do. A few days ago, I paid for GitHub Copilot, okay? And I'm not a really big fan of writing front-end code. So I'm going to ask the Copilot using Claude 4 or GPT to implement it, okay? Then we can do a code review of the code it's going to write and see if it can achieve it. All right, so let me open, I think this is the pen. I'll start a new chat, okay? Then I'm seeing Claude Sonnet 3.5, Gemini, GPT. I was expecting other models. I don't know why I don't see them. I actually expect to see the other models here. Okay, it's weird. So I'm going to add context. I'll go to files and folders. I want to give it the entire, let me give it the front end folder so that it sees everything, okay? So I'll say act. Can you say you are a senior front end dev, front end engineer. Modify the form in, modify the booking form, okay? So that the origin location code and destination location code input fields are search inputs. As such, are they called drop down inputs? I don't know their name. What are they called? If I check components, let me see shard cn components. What even tailwind components? Okay. If you know what those things are called, let me know. Okay. Whereby you clicks when you search, okay, a drop down comes and then you type. You know when you search for something, a drop down comes and then you select what you want. What are those things, those types of those elements called, those UI elements? Let me try to see search. Are you seeing what like I've just done here? Okay. After doing a search for something, okay, like I get results. You get like if I'm saying maybe flex, okay, flex box probably. You see, we get things come back, okay. Then I select one of them. So my goal is how do they call this? Okay, how is this called? Whereby I do this. I don't know if they have anything like components here. They don't have components. Let me check the shard cn. Shard cn could maybe give me a better idea what. Come on. Okay, but they even have an MCP server. Okay. So this is something I think I'm going to configure in future. Okay. It will help with UI generation, UI component generation. So components, go to components. Let me see, what should they have here? Chat, pop over, Tago group. It's crazy how you can forget. So guys, if you're here and if you're a front-end developer, save a browser. Is it input OTP? Radio group, select, table toast, tooltip. It cannot be an accordion. Let me search. Let me say, the search isn't even working. Okay, it took some time, but you see what it is? I think this what is happening here. Okay, I'm looking for the name of this component. Is it a drop down? It cannot be a drop down menu. Okay, something like this, but I need to stop house netting. Okay, let's find out if Copilot will find out. Okay, let me say okay, modify the booking form so that the origin location code and destination location code input fields are such inputs where the result is shown in a drop down like element. Let's see. I've been trying to use AI and Copilot for creating UIs, and it hasn't disappointed that much. So let's see how it performs. I don't know if my head is blocking. Let me try to minimize it in OBS so that you're able to see clearly. Oh, how am I going to do that? So just a moment. Let me try to, so that you can see, I want you to see. Let me reduce it slightly. I think I'm close to reducing it. Okay, I think I've achieved it. Time to test. Let's hope it works. Okay, yeah, I think this is better. You'll be able to see a bigger, a wider section. Okay, so if we go up here, we shall see that a number of files have been adjusted. Okay, it says I'll help you modify the booking form component to add such functionality with drop-down results for the origin and destination location inputs. But if you can pay for Copilot, please do. I paid. Let me say I actually haven't paid because they have a 30 days trial period. Okay. So you can try it out and pay for the first time. Okay. They'll charge your card, but they'll charge you and refund you immediately. Then after some time, you can probably even, let me say, yeah, pay them for the first time. If you don't like it, you try other tools. But it has kind of helped me in some cases. Okay. Just to speed up my work. So they're saying we'll need to add state for such results. Okay, that makes sense. Add a function to fetch location suggestions. Okay, that's okay. Add UI components to display the drop-down results. Okay. Handle selection from drop-down. That's okay. Let me make these changes. Let's add such functionality and update the fields. Let's update the inputs with the search functionality. Finally, let's add a click outside handler to close the drop-downs when clicking outside. Okay, that's okay also. They say I've made the following changes to the booking form. Added the state variables. Let us see where they. Are you seeing this use ref? This thing location search results towards search results for both origin and destination. Where is it? Oh, this one here. Are you seeing? This location search results. Okay. And it has a function also called set location search results. Let me reduce the width of this. So you see, okay. So we need to, of course, first review its code, okay, before we accept it. Then there's a use state, says origin, any, destination, any. Okay. I don't know why it is choosing to take the origin as a list of things. Okay. This is questionable, but it's okay. I'll love to review this. Okay. I'll guide it better. Let's say they call it a copilot. It has to work with you. Okay. Then below we have the initial data. Okay. Empty origin list and empty destination list. Okay. So I guess it's a list of origins and a list of destinations. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. I'll take that. I'll take that. And of course, we don't know the types. That's why it's saying any. That's fair enough. Then I see. Let us read on to what it says. It says search loading, tracks loading state for each search. Okay. I'll minimize this again. And I review the code. So search loading, set search loading. Many times when I'm actually reviewing the code, I want to be sure that even the naming is accurate. Okay. That the variables are named to something that I can easily understand. There's a chance that probably what I understand, another human will understand. And of course, for now, I have a disadvantage. I'm working on this project alone. But if you're watching and then you see a variable which is not named correctly, or if the code is not accurate, you can suggest something better. I'll rename them. So we have a use state, okay? Origin, Boolean, destination, Boolean, okay? These are Booleans, which can be true or false. By default, origin and destination are false. Okay, meaning by default, we're not searching for anything. Then, if we continue, it says, show drop downs, controls visibility, controls visibility of drop down menus. So if I reduce this again, and I go to this action, to this code, it says const show drop down, set show drop down, use state, and it is similar to this other one, but actually they're equivalent. Both of them are booleans. So destination and original booleans, meaning it can either be true or false. And by default, of course, when you're on the page, okay, on this page, where is it? You're not searching for anything, okay? So it should be false. All right. Let us see what they say. It says added new functions. Search functions, search locations, fetches location suggestions based on user input. Where is that function? I think it's this one here, search locations. Okay. It's an async function and has an argument called search type, which is a string, which can be either origin or destination. Okay. So this is like the typing, okay, for this search type. Should be one of these. Then it has query. Excuse me. Has a query which is also of type string. And then the function body. Let us see what the function body has. So they check if the query is not less than 2, okay? Because you know someone just typing 2 characters and you want to trigger a call to the backend to waste time, okay? So they're saying if the length is less than 2, so what they do is, okay, anyways, let me read this again. I don't want to assume before I finish reading the whole if statement. If the query's length is less than 2, they call set search locations, okay? And they set, okay, the previous, they have simply applied the previous search location. So if you know JavaScript, okay, this means I'm applying the previous search location. Then I'm changing the search type, okay, to an empty array, okay, because we cannot search for less than 2 things, okay. Then the return, meaning the function stops execution at this point. Then there's this which says set search loading, okay. So it simply changes search type to true. Okay, if you go up to location results, okay, you see what it is. It's an object. Okay, so let's continue. So you're saying replace with your actual airport or city search endpoint. Okay, I'll give it that soon. Hey, but it looks accurate. Isn't this accurate actually, guys? If you go to the backend, where's the backend? I mean, not backend, but postman. Okay, I think it was able to infer the correct stuff. Okay, but we shall prove it because you see it is reference data slash locations question mark keyword then the subtype. Okay, interesting. Then of course it is. Let me reduce this so that you can see. Okay, it's making a request to the endpoint using the fetch API. Then we await response.json. After that, they set the search results. Okay, so this is search type. Okay, data.data. Okay, but why is it saying data.data? Is it sure? Because here we don't have anything like data, but we shall find out. Okay, we shall log it or look at the network tab. Then if there's an error, okay, because this is a network request, it can go wrong. Okay, if there's an error, they say console.error fetching location. This is good, of course, for debugging. Then they say set search results. Okay, simply to an empty list. Okay, then finally, in any case, they should just make it whether things go wrong, okay, or things go right. The search type is set to 0. Okay, for the search loading. So that's how I go through AI code. But even sometimes when you go through like this, it may not give you exactly what you want. So sometimes you might need a second walkthrough. Okay. So I want to see what it says. It says another function says handles selection from the drop down. Added a click outside handler to close the drop downs when clicking outside the form. Let's see. It says handle locations select. There's a similar signature. There's a search type, okay, and the location. Okay. The location is any. but the search type can either be only origin or destination. So it says set form, it applies the previous values, then changes search type, location code to location.iata code, then set the drop down to false. Okay. After the form has been set with the paper data, then the drop down is updated to false. Okay. Show drop down is false, so that the drop down disappears. Okay. Okay. I want to just be careful because sometimes AI code can look true. Be very trained, it's not true. So let's continue. It says updated the inputs to trigger search on input change, show loading state while searching, display results in a drop down, allow selections from drop down, show both IATA code and location name in results. Okay, here we only need the location name. Okay, they're saying the search functionality now works as follows. Okay, as the user types in either the origin or destination field, it triggers a search after 2 characters. Results appear in a drop-down below the input. Each result shows the IATA code and location name. Clicking a result fills in the input with the selected IATA code. Clicking outside the form closes any open drop-downs. Loading states are shown while searching. You'll need to ensure your backend API endpoint. This is implemented to handle the location search request with the expected response format, including IATA code and name fields. Okay, I'll say keep for now. Then I need to just check that endpoint. Okay, what we need, let me see. We even, in fact, the subtype is like optional. Okay, so we can only have that query. Let's find out if it has done anything good. So maybe I can refresh the page slightly and come here and try to type. Okay, do you see anything? See, we have an issue actually. It says await. Okay, failed to fetch. Let's inspect. In fact, I want to reload and open the network tab. That's why you say you cannot trust anything that AI gives you. Okay, maybe I can clear, do this. Okay, so see the headers. Okay, says okay, response headers, request headers. Okay, you go to the payload. The keyword is that no response. So I want to investigate this carefully. I want to first go to the backend and see if anything was triggered. Reduce this. So I think this reference data locations. Okay. No, let me scroll. Okay. This is what I need. So let's just check. Okay. Where is this? So you see, it actually gave a 200. Okay. So what we should be thinking is that this is okay. So what is wrong? Who can guess what that issue could be? Error failed to fetch. Let me reduce this. One thing I check when I have these await statements. Okay, let me remove this comment. The first thing one of the things I do is I just check, like, for example, app, is this an async function? I'm like, okay, it's an async function. Then now I need to go ahead and check the use of this function. Okay, these search locations. And that is something whether if you remember, I didn't check. Okay, excuse me. You see, we have a form ref, which is okay. Form ref is here. What does this use effect do? Ah, this is also something I did not read. Okay, this is handle click outside. It takes a mouse event, and it checks the status of the form. Okay, if it has a certain event. Okay. Oh, this is just responsible for taking down the drop down. Okay, which did not even appear, by the way. Then they have an inventory listener called mouse. Yeah. So this event handler, handle click outside, okay, is listening on a mouse down event. Okay. Then this is simply some cleanup operation, but I don't think it's working clearly. Okay, let's go through this. See, it made a change here, but I don't see the change. Okay. We have the value, okay, and we have a function on change, okay. On change is that we have such locations, origin, and since e.target.value. On focus, okay, so there are two events on change and on focus. On focus, they're saying set show drop down, okay, but of course that does not work, okay. Then if we go back to this, okay, let me see. Yeah, this now they drop down. This is what they expect us to see, okay? So if it is loading, okay, so this is for showing the loading state. Otherwise, we get the location search results .origin.map, okay? Then they render them. They render the IATA code and the location name, okay? But of course, if this had worked, would remove the IATA code, but it's not even working. So quick question, is AI worth it? So the same thing is repeated for the other input for the destination location code. They have the handle change, okay, search locations, on focus, set show drop down. Then they have a snippet. The snippet here simply say if the destination exists, okay, and search results are greater than 0, okay, what do you do? Simply, okay, render the search results, okay, into using this div. But I'm seeing a red. Are you seeing this red? I'm seeing a red. Meaning something is wrong somewhere. What did I touch? Let's open it up. Here. Supposed to be, I think, dot map. Like that. So what is this? So this is how I investigate stuff. Let me show you. Console dot log data. That's why sometimes when people say, oh, we're vibe coding and what, you meet learn it the hard way. So let's try. If you put New York, I see no element. Wait, why are we getting cause error? I see, guys. Access get internal server error. Oh, okay. I understand why the cause is happening, but I was more interested in the what? Just a moment. Let me do this. Okay. Says localhost 8000 keyword has been blocked by cause. No access allowed origin, blah, blah, blah on head. I thought we solved this. Do you remember us solving this? Why would it fail? If I check the backend logs, I'm starting to think I should probably switch up learning Kubernetes to this time and doing this stuff in the morning, because this stuff kind of like takes time. Did I change the code? Probably I sleepwalked and changed some code. If you go to router, not routers, go to main.py. Okay. Sizing cause origins the split. Unless this what is it called? This one is not in my origins. Whatever the frontend is running on right now. This. Okay. So I need to check my .env to be sure. Okay. Just a moment, let me check it. Since it has secrets. It's actually okay. I just check and it's actually there. Wow, my mind is tired. Let me do a time check and see how much time I have. So I'm wondering why isn't the backend picking that up? And yet the origin was set up. Okay. And many of you may be asking and wondering why is it working in Postman? Okay. You see here, why is it working in Postman and failing in and failing on the front end? It's because the cause error is that cause check, okay, is something done by the browser. Okay. Once it sees that maybe the client is from a different origin and the backend is from a different origin, then you get that issue. Let me first check. I want to be sure that the endpoint is correct. Okay. That is okay. So the question is, how can something so simple become complex? And you find after a 2-minute rest, this will be solved very easily. Trust me. Like in the previous video, I solved the issue immediately after the stream. So let me see. It's reference data slash locations slash keyword. What do you think? Should I attempt to give AI a chance to debug? Since the human is stuck, okay, and the human is stuck because the human gets tired. What about give a tool which cannot get tired? Okay, of course we get the same issue. So I'm trying to figure out why cause because oh. I see it, guys. I see it. I know that where we have the issue. Look at the URL in the browser. So this is a guess. If you look at this, okay, I see this URL, okay, I did not add this IP in my, can I call it, in my cause, in the list of allowed hosts, okay? So it doesn't know this host. What I added is localhost, okay? So I hope I'm right. It's localhost, not that IP address. So you see, I've been trying to think about what could be wrong, and yet this was the issue. Yeah. So sometimes that's how debugging is, especially when you're tired. You have to now start thinking this, and you have to think carefully. So yeah, that's the issue. I don't expect a cause issue anymore. So let me type something. Okay. So it passes. Okay. You see, this time it passes. You see, we don't get that cause error. We get a 200. Okay. Okay. And if I show you the payload, it's there. If you see the preview, that's what we get. You see, we get this data. Okay. We get the address. This address has number information, the city code, city name, country name, region. Okay. Then we get the geo code, which is this. Okay. We have the IATA code, the ID, the name, subtype, time zone offset, type is location. The response is just quite something similar to what we saw in Postman. Okay. So we get the type location, subtype city, name London, etc. Okay. So it's working. Okay. This one thing we can see that at least the API is what? Working. But what we need to fix, okay? So what I want to do again, I don't want to put the subtype, okay? I want the backend to search for both, okay? So I can go back here and maybe do a search again so that you see, maybe to what? To New York. And you can see we're having several searches, okay? But we're going to have to fix this, okay? So we don't have this number of searches. These are too many when doing optimization. So you can see this is the kind of information we want. If I go to console, you'll see the same thing, okay? Because remember I had put a console.log somewhere. So another trick is this. If I copied everything, how can I copy? I want to copy, okay. Inspect again. Clear, and what I want to do is this. I'm supposed to delete the other cut, okay? Cutting is better. Cut, then I inspect, then come here to console, clear the console, then I paste. I want to paste. So when you paste, you see, I wanted to show you that I can get one result, okay? I mean, one result having 5 stuff, okay? We have 5 locations, okay? So you can see that the first one is a city, okay? The rest are airports, okay? And you see their names. So I'm going to give the AI this, okay? This structure. Actually, the best thing to do is to go to the network tab and pick it. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 of them. Copy this, okay? But even then, before even that, let me just say the API request works, but the drop down is not shown. Let's see if it can do that, okay? Sometimes it's good to experiment. I don't know why they're not showing me other models. I've been earlier on when I was working on the backend, I was able to use Claude 4 and GPT-5. I don't know why. Look at what it says. I see the issue. The dropdown is only shown when both conditions are met. Origin is true. Because we may need to modify the logic to show the dropdown even when there are no results or loading. Okay. We shall see. But what I want to do is to share the actual state. Eugene says, I think New York has several airports. You need to be specific. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, but I am not. What can I say? Guys, I'm tired. Anyway, it's a lame excuse, Eugene. And I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. Can I, what, Eugene, help me. What airport can I mention in, or city in New York? Because none comes to my mind. I'll be honest. Manhattan. Okay. Manhattan, right? Isn't it an island in New York? Manhattan. So look at this. This stuff, what the AI has done. It's now showing that search box. Okay, so it has not done bad. Like I said, it has tried. Okay. Let me clear. Okay. The console also clear. Go back to the network tab. I want to do this. What had I copied earlier? Oh, I copied. Well, let me first give it stuff. Okay, let me first keep and then I give it this. I say, here's the structure from the API. Here's an example of response and structure from the API. Then I just give it, okay? As we look for the place. Eugene says that is why it is bringing several airports with New York. Yes, that's correct. I agree with you, Eugene. So let's say airports in New York. So can I say JF? There's JF Kennedy. Let me copy this. Why can't I copy? Let me try JF Kennedy and see. What's this? Let me delete this. So if I paste, okay. Are you seeing? 2, 3. We get 3. Okay. So we are narrowing down. If I open this, you see that the location, type is location, subtype airport, name, John Kennedy Intel International. Okay. So the more niche, the more specific you are, the lesser the results. That's what I get from it. This one is Jeff Kennedy mem. This one is Ashland. Let's try something. This is New York Stewart. But I think New York might give us multiple things. Okay, let's look for this. Let me copy. Come on. Guys, I can't even copy. Can you imagine? I can't copy. Someone get me a tutorial. How to copy. Okay. Paste. Come here. Okay. 1. Okay. This is direct. Eugene says there are international airports and local airports. Just like Nairobi has the JKIA, I think it is the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport for international and Wilson for handling local flights. Yes, that's correct, Eugene. But what is interesting, Eugene, when I looked for Nairobi, I couldn't see what I wanted. You check this. If I say trying to look for Nairobi, this thing, I think this is the one we want. There's nothing, okay? You see all these requests for Nairobi, bring back nothing. But if I try something like Jomo Kenyatta, it's crazy. Still nothing. So I can't go to Nairobi. Or because this is the free version, Jekia. So yeah, I'll need to read more the documentation, okay? But if you try things like, try Tokyo. Is that the spelling of Tokyo? Okay. So Tokyo should work. But why is it loading forever? So are you seeing this loading thing? The AI has been able to detect that search box better, but we need the actual results to appear in the search box. It's not appearing. It's hanging. Why is it hanging? Is there something wrong on the back end? Search for IATA airport names and ICO. Yeah, now the issue about that origin is that now I don't know those IATA names. Okay, that is why you see a regular person. Okay, I want this thing is going to be used by admins. Okay, at the company initially, but I want it to go out to like a regular person who doesn't know what IATA means. Okay, you should be able to simply type Nairobi and get what they want. Okay, this tells me that we are using the wrong API. Probably read this. Okay, is airport and city search. Okay, if you go down here, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Say, says airports must have a minimum of commercial flights per week to be included. Excludes military and private airports. Only cities with airports are returned. Otherwise, use city search API. So if we might ideally we might have to actually use the city search API. Okay. So look, read this. This one says this API is designed to find any city that matches a search keyword, regardless of whether it has an airport or not. This is different from airport and city search API, which only returns cities that have airports. Optionally, include relevant airports by adding include equals to airports to the search query. For more details, refer to the blah 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 API reference. You get, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. But we can work with this, okay? Let us first see what has been done for us. Let me try Tokyo one more time. I wonder why it was hanging, okay? So you see, Tokyo brings back. Check, we got some things. But the final word, Tokyo brought nothing. Okay. Which API did I use? Yeah, I'm using airport and city search. Okay. Because I want it to return only cities with airports. Okay. All right. So let's first see what it has done, and we continue. Because I want for things that work. For example, if I type, for example, let me show you something that works. I say New York, okay, which has of course many places. Okay. You see, says an error occurred while searching for location. What error happened? Okay, but you get this other result worked. Okay, see it works. We get this. Okay, we have location, city, New York. Okay, so when you get these results, we want them to appear here. Okay, but they're not appearing. So we need to prompt. If not, do it ourselves. Says try London. Okay, I can try London. Let me try London. Let me see. London. See? Oh, this is wrong. There's an N missing there. So London works. You see, London works. We have actually, yeah. Wow, many results for London. I have to put, there should be a way like of limiting, okay? This should be limited. There are too many. I want to limit maybe like to 5, top 5. I'll do that on the back end, okay? So London works, Eugene. And yeah, we can see we have the search, okay? This search drop down is working. But when I click out, it doesn't what? Disappear. Okay. Those are UI issues. Let's see if Vibes can fix that. I want to see what has been done. So I've updated the drop down to show more detailed information, added a badge for airports, cities. Okay. Today we're going to prove if AI is that really useful. Or in the end, we can simply write the UI by ourselves. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to a time whereby on the front end I write like only 1% of code. I like seeing user interfaces, but the process of doing them, I just don't like it. Okay. So what is this? Let's see. Okay. It's okay. So let's solve one issue at a time. Okay. So I'll go for example to I want to reduce this. Reduce this. So there are two issues I see. Okay. The first issue is that the results are not added to the drop down. Okay. And when you click outside, you don't see them. Okay. Because ideally, if I say loan, okay, I say maybe NYC, okay, they're supposed to appear here. Then maybe I pick the date, say one way, okay, and search, okay. Those results are supposed to show in those drop downs before we search. Of course, right now it works because I put the correct details, okay. Here, I put the correct IATA codes, okay. So let's say investigate the drop, should be lowercase, investigate the drop down. Can't even change the model. I don't know why it's not showing me GPT-5. Let me see this. Manage models, Anthropic. Okay, this is the key. I guess the drop downs. They should be removed when a user clicks away. So it needs to be like a click handler. Okay, maybe on the form. If someone clicks maybe on the form or anywhere else, okay, they should like disappear. Okay, not remaining static. Okay, because how it blocks these the other elements. That's bad. Eugene, thank you by the way for being an active participant and sharing your ideas. Look at what it says. I see the issue. We need to make a few changes to improve the click outside behavior. Move the ref to the specific drop-down containers rather than the whole form. Add blur handlers for inputs. Ensure we're not closing drop-downs using input interaction. Let's make these changes. Okay, let's wait. Wait, it hasn't yet. I think it's only done for one. Okay, it's not done for both. Are you see now? They're now disappearing. Not bad. Not bad for $10. Okay, if I click on, even when I click on it itself, it disappears. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, click, disappear, click outside, disappears. Click outside, disappears. Click outside, should disappear. That's good. Okay. But we need to understand the code. So maybe I'll read what it has done. Then we even sometimes, in fact, we can even understand what it has done without relying on this. Okay. So I'll start from the top. Okay. So the first one, okay, it has created two refs. It removed the form ref. That's a reference to the two elements, okay? The one for the origin and the one for the destination. So references to these items, okay? To these two inputs, okay? Origin ref, destination ref, okay? And you can see the typing that they are div elements, okay? Div HTML div elements, and by default the value is null. Then here, this is now the code it writes to check if you clicked outside the drop downs, okay? So it says origin if origin.current, okay, and not origin.current.contains event.target as node, destination.current, and not destination.current.contains event.node, okay, then it sets the state to false, okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, it removed the form ref. Okay, then it's now adding the ref for the origin input, then adding on blur, okay. So this is the event it's using, okay, for checking. And look at the comment. That's a good comment. It says only hide if the related target is not in the drop down. Makes sense. It has a timeout of 200 milliseconds. Also here the ref. Then here, okay, similar thing. Only hide if the related target is not in the drop down, and does that by it checks if this condition is false, okay? If destination ref.current contains e.related, okay? If this statement is not true, that's why it has this bang, okay? So if this is not true, okay, if it does not contain the related target, then after around 2 milliseconds, please, 200 milliseconds, hide it by changing the state to false. As simple as that, okay? Then this is the code for actually showing it, okay? This one here. This is for showing that drop down, okay? This is the input for the drop down. I mean, this other one, this code is for showing the drop down, and this is for showing the input. I'm going to share the code, okay? I'll push the code to the repository, so you'll check the link in the description so that you can also review it and look at it and suggest. And of course, I'm seeing so many things that can be done to change this whole file, okay? So I'll keep. So that's one good thing, okay? Also, now we need to go to the next problem to see if it can work on it. So no results found, New York, okay? No results found, okay? But again, we know that there are results, okay? Just confirm. Okay, the console of course has, but I prefer to show you from the network tab. The network tab gives us more, okay? So if I put just like that, you see we get results, okay? New York City. So you can say the API returns data, but the drop down keeps showing no results found. So I want to copy this, okay? Just give it a sample. In fact, there's even a better way of prompting. I can't wait for the time when AI is the request I was saying I can't wait for a time where AI does 99% of my front-end tasks. It would save me time. Oh my God. I don't know what I would do. I would be the happiest. But also I'm wondering, why am I being limited to Claude 3.5? Maybe I should try Gemini 2.0. Because in the morning I was trying to study something and I was experimenting and it was doing things exactly how I want. Okay, so if I read, let us see. All right. So it looks like it has figured out its issue. Okay. Then this good. But let's read because there's another issue. It's not that clear. Okay. We need to read what he has done. Okay. So I just want to find, like I was saying, I want to reach that level. I want, because this is going to be the worst case scenario that AI will ever be. Okay. So imagine 2 years from now, whereby probably right now I've done maybe about, is it 5, 6 prompts, okay, to iterate and iterate and iterate. What if in future I need to do maybe like about 20 smart enough to understand what I'm driving towards, and it does it, okay? So I want to, come on, can't reduce this, can't increase this, okay? And come, so you see we have the New York. If I remove that Y, if I say London, okay, you see we get some results, okay? That's okay. No results found. If I remove, we get something, okay? A number of them. If I click Heathrow, you see, it fills in the code. If I hit is it get a week, it fills in the actual code. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let me try here and I say new. Okay, this is okay. But we need the text to be darker. Okay, it has fixed it, but since this is okay, let us go back and read again. Okay, let me go back and read because it's a good practice to do code reviews. Wow, I probably need to find some water. I don't know what time it is for you guys, but here it is 10:17 p.m. and I've been doing lots of work since morning. It's I'm starting to feel the tiredness of the day. Eugene, I think I can guess where you are because you mentioned Nairobi, and you know about the that Jomo airport. Let me not reveal your location, but yeah, says I like what I'm seeing now. Oh, that's good. We are going somewhere, Eugene. Okay. Sometimes I'm not this lucky, especially when I'm tired. Actually, it makes sense. Tiredness equals to more bugs. Let's read, okay? Let's read what AI did, okay? What it says it did, then we go to the code and also review it. So it says, let me check the API response handling the search locations function. The issue might be with how we are accessing the data. I see the issue. Based on the API response you provided, we are getting the array directly. But in the code, we are looking for data.data. Isn't this what I showed you earlier? Yeah, this is what Eugene, I'm kidding, man. I haven't forgotten you. Come on. I've not forgotten you. I was messing with you. When I said I can guess your location because of mentioning the Jeki, is it Jekia? You guys call it Jekia and Nairobi. I've not forgotten you, actually. I know you. Can't forget. So let's continue. It says we are getting the array directly, but in the code we are looking for data. Yeah, this was the problem. Okay. That's why you remember I took you to Postman, okay, and I showed you, look, are you seeing this? In the response, we simply get an array directly having objects. There's no key called data, okay? An array, top level array, inside there are objects, okay, having the same structure, having a type, subtype, name, detail, okay, self, time zone, IATA code, geocode, etc. The same thing, okay? Okay, so let us continue. So let's modify the search locations function to handle the response correctly. Okay, I've updated the search locations to remove data access since the API returns an array directly. Good. Added a safety check using array data to ensure we are working with an array. If the response is not an array, default to an empty array. Now now they're saying now the drop down should properly show the location results from the API. You should see the city entry, all airports entries. Each entry should show the proper name. Try searching again. Should the results appear in the drop down, let me know if you still see any issues. Now I'm going to reduce this, okay, and go through the code. Okay. So we start from up here, okay. So you see this in red, of course, has been deleted, which is okay. Then this, okay, the API returns an array directly, okay. It should return an array. I wouldn't check. I'm trying to think about why would let me remove that statement, okay. Why would I have to check for array is array? Okay, because I've read the specification. But still checking does not hurt. Okay, I'm trying to think out loud, because if the API does not give us an error, of course things would go wrong. Okay, things would go wrong, and of course we have read the API documentation. We know that the backend developer has given us an API, so which is going to return an array or arrays. Maybe in case he changes his stuff, I'll leave it. Okay, so if array is data, okay, if it's an array, simply locations will be the data, otherwise an empty array. Then what has been changed? Okay, this has been changed. Okay, see, it was doing data. Yeah. Actually, at the beginning, if you remember, I saw this issue, but I ignored it. So doing locations is okay. Let's go to the next change. I mean, the previous one, we can say we can tick to accept it. Then this one also we can keep it. Yeah, so that's okay. Some of these statements like console.error. For now, I can maybe okay, since we're still working, I'll leave it. But if I may find it, we may find it, I'll actually forget it and leave it there, even till production. Crazy, isn't it? So, yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so again, we can do one more thing. We can try to look for, what place can I look for? England. Okay, says no results for England. Interesting. Interesting. Say United States. I need to investigate that API even more. So US. If I say Canada. Crazy. Okay. But these need to be darker. Okay. I want it to style something better. Okay. To be darker. City or can actually it should be a city, Eugene. You're right. I guess I'm just tired, guys. It should be a city, not a country. A city. A city or airport. Actually, inside here, I think even in the search, the place where it says city or airport. Okay, but I want them to be darker. Okay, I'm going to change so that the results, okay, they are darker, so that they can be seen clearly. I'll say in the drop down, make the text all black, all darker to improve contrast. Okay. I want to look for that drop down myself actually. Later, actually, the best thing to do would be to create like a drop down component. Okay. That is reusable. This whole thing, okay, should be like a component. So if I open this, so you see it has this loading thing. I see in this BG gray. Okay, it's not clear. Okay, so it's just find out. It hasn't improved anything. Okay, it hasn't improved anything. It's still working. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit harsh. Okay, well, let us see one of the changes. What have we changed? Let me say font BG. Let's just see. Okay. Okay, this is better. Okay, this is better. It's what I wanted. You get. It looks like AI can help you if you go step by step with small issues. Click London. Okay. So here if I say which is the city, I'm stuck. Which city? Lagos. I don't think Lagos. Okay. But I don't. I want no. That's not the Lagos I was looking for. So I don't know. I don't know what's the value. I mean, what's the right way of? Okay, so yeah, this is now better. Okay, if I click this, it picks up. I can now change to, what can I change it to? Change to, give me a name which exists. Something like Manchester. Let's see if Manchester is valid. But I added throttling on my backend. Okay, I think in every time I'm going to test. Even you'll test it. I'll test to see what happens when you do multiple requests at the same time. So you see, it says now no results because of those multiple. When every time you type more than 2 characters, okay, those requests are sent to the backend one after another. Okay, which is not good. Okay, I want it to have like a delay before it makes a request to the backend. Excuse me. Yes, Eugene, it's now looking cool. We're heading somewhere. We're heading somewhere. So Manchester. I was looking for something like Manchester United Airport here. I hope people are not here. Arsenal and maybe Liverpool or Chelsea guys would eat me alive. Okay, let me balance. Let's see if Arsenal has an airport. No results found, guys. It's terrible. Let's try Chelsea. No result. Yeah, I think. Let me not go into that. Let me trigger some friends of mine here. All right. Yeah, not bad. There's some good progress. So, but there's something else I want to add. Okay. What is it? What is it? I want to add? I want to do. I see when we click like this. Okay. I want the name London to appear here. Okay. Like if I click this, I want Heathrow to appear here. Okay. Not the IATA code. Okay. If I say New York, okay, and I choose New York, I don't want NYC to appear. Okay. I want New York to appear. Okay, because a user might wonder why I selected New York, but it's giving me NYC. It is saying from NYC. I selected London. I said I want get a week. It is giving me LG. Okay, for a normal user, they won't understand this. Okay, that I'm looking for, I don't know, City Airport London. I'm getting it's putting for me LCY. I don't want LCY. Okay. So I want to prompt so that it edits to this. Okay. But let's search and see if this works. Okay. Let me add this field. I want one way. Even this search, I want. I think when the MVP is done, I'll do it in such a way that when it moves to the next page, okay, to this page, it I mean, as soon as you hit search, it comes to this page. Okay. Instead of doing searching, I don't know. I'm not a UX guy, UI UX guy, but I'll ask friends. So even you guys can help me. Eugene says search for Frankfurt. This Frankfurt. How do you guys pronounce it? Eugene, you're lucky. You're lucky. Your ancestors are with you. Okay, there's an airport in Germany. All of them are in Germany. Cities and airports. Okay. Yeah. Looks good. So let's change it. Okay. This is a keep. Okay. But again, remember, if any of you are watching this and you actually React developers, there are things that need to be changed. Okay. For example, this needs to be a component. Okay. We need to look at this code to see how we can make components, probably play around with state management, improve, probably have some of these functions in other files if possible. Okay. There could be better ways of doing what I've done. Okay. It is not Bible truth. So let us find out. And let's tell it to in the when a user, okay, when a user selects an item in the drop down, the city name should be shown in the input for a regular user to understand. But under the hood, the IATA code captured for the input. But let me ask you guys, the time I've taken writing this prompt, don't you think I would have gone to the code and made it change myself? What do you guys say? Hmm? Don't you think the time to write this, to say use state, okay, display values, set display values, and have the initial values to what? Empty strings. Don't you think I would have been able to do that? Okay. And then go down here, okay. Have a function to what? To set the display values. Okay. Looks like it's still working. Then I come here, I see nothing, the value I shape, I do this, okay? But since it says display values.origin or form.origin location code. No. This is not what I want. Yeah, this is actually, Eugene says it will take time. So will it take a longer time than what the AI has done? Okay, because I'm seeing something which could be potentially wrong. Look at this line of code. Let me reduce this for you to see. This line of code looks wrong. Okay. Form.origin location code is correct. This previous one, which is in red, okay, has been removed and is saying display values.origin or form.origin location code. the backend expects the origin location code, not the name of the place. You know, it was the IATA code. Okay. Then here, search origin says e value equals to this set display values, set form. Okay, the form is setting the correct value. Set display values want the value, either target dot value, search locations, origin value. Okay, let's first do this. Okay, say London. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I do this. Okay, this is okay. I say New York. Okay, we select JFK. Okay, this is okay. But now, okay, if I do this, let's just figure out. Okay, and seems it's one child, one infant. Send. Ojin says the AI is faster, but you must be aware of what it has changed. Just know what you are doing. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like in this case, it was faster. Okay. But now look at this. It was faster, but it has made a fundamental mistake. Okay. This wouldn't work. Okay. Okay. This wouldn't work what it has done. I hope you guys understand where the issue is coming from. Say one way. Okay. And I hit search. Okay. I should expect empty because here the values. Okay. It is trying to send this, the display values at origin, which is not appropriate. Okay. Okay, look like this time it has worked. Okay, but it is still a gamble. Okay, do I think it's a gamble? But I could actually be the one who is wrong here, by the way. Let us figure it out. I am going to go back. Okay, I am going to inspect. Okay, how do they inspect? Let me say London. I select London. So I've forgotten how to inspect the page. Click on this button, click on this element. Okay, here's the HTML. Okay, look at the value. Look at the value, guys. It is London. Okay. So I'm starting to think that even Amadeus is allows full names like this. Okay, let us try to work. If I change it, I think it has changed to Heathrow, London. Are you seeing that? If I change to this one, you see, it has also changed. It's not an IATA code. This is how, okay, with my little knowledge on front end, this is how I work through front end. I see. But the name is origin location code. If I change it back to London, you see, value equals to London, name equals origin location code, type equals to text. So I want to change this, okay, to IATA. I'm just going to leave the IATA code there. So here I'll say from the location code only, like that. I go down. Wait, where? Even here. Come on, where are you? Even here. Okay. Yeah, from the destination location code. Okay, it gets the value, sets the display value, okay, to this value from the input. Okay. Then after that, it sets the form value. Okay. Says destination location code that such locations. Why is it? No. Let me first see. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. I had misunderstood something. Are you saying they're actually changing? If I come here and I hit this, you see, it changes the actual IATA code. Okay, change. Are you seeing? the correct IATA code. That's what I wanted. Okay. If I change to maybe this one, I see it is CGQ. That's the correct IATA code. I was going to go crazy. Okay. So let us go step by step. Okay, it has now created this state. There's this one for setting those updating. Okay. So I think it has the, okay, so it simply checks if the location.subtype is city, it takes the location.name. Okay. It creates a key called location.name with a value location.name, or takes the address. So the city name. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else do I see here? And the change was removed, such location removed. They get the value, then they set the display values, update the location code. Okay. So yeah, I think that is it. So I think the trick here, okay, the trick of front-end in JavaScript usually when you're working with events, you just need to know certain events or even Google them. Okay, we have on change. This one is happening when we type. Okay, when we type, this on change is triggered. Okay, the value is got. Okay, the form is also set with that data. I need to think about this here, whether to set the form or not. But search locations is here. Search location works. Okay, it says we're searching for an origin by this value. Okay, but I want to remove this. Just a moment. Let me get back to it. Then we have focus. Okay, when it is in focus, okay, we show the drop down. Okay, when we are focusing into the like this, if I come and I do this, okay, that is in focus, so it shows the drop down immediately. Then we have on blur. Okay, but probably when I focus for the first time, maybe it should not show until maybe when I type something, probably. All right, so what else? Those are improvements that will come later. We have on blur. Okay, so on blur is now where we hide. Okay, in case the target is not shown in the drop down. Something similar. Let me see. I want to comment out this set form. Okay, and this other set form. Then I see what happens. Show drop down. Show drop down is okay. Okay, we have this handle location. So we have here checking this, that the sum data, but the error is greater than 0. We map through this for the drop down. Okay, that show the drop down when show drop down dot destination exists. Okay, together with this, like it's an AND operation. Okay, so it's an AND operation between this and this, meaning both should be truthy, or true should exist, both should exist. Okay, so this is where now they check. Okay, if they show the loading state, or rather check if the array has more than one item. Then we loop through. Okay, using map, not loop, but we map. We create a new array of JSX elements. Okay, and we show the location name. Okay, we show the address, the city name, I mean the country name. Okay, or no results found. But if someone clicks on one, we handle the selection. So we say that they have selected the destination, and we take that location data. Okay, and then we to show that function. Where is it? Handle select. Excuse me. Handle select is this one here. Okay, which sets the values of the form. That's why I didn't want to change. I didn't want to change it. That's why you saw me commenting out this code. Where is it? This one here. I want that form to be updated via this. Okay, only here. But let's just find out. Let us see. London new. Oh, now I get it. I get why they put it there. I see when I type, okay, the form is not, nothing updates completely. Yeah, that makes sense. I was looking out for that because the state does not update. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, that's why sometimes it's good to disable things. You break things to understand how it works. So in this case, when on change happens, the set form will update the data. Okay, so that these things change. Okay, so now if I say London, you see, so they have now changed. Okay, because the only way they can change is if the state is updated. Okay, because what is shown in that drop down. Okay, so if I say, let's see, I think it's now showing what? It is now showing the city codes again. No worries. That will be resolved. Okay, but we have achieved. I don't know if you can agree with me that we have achieved the goals, okay, of today. And that thing of showing the city codes again can be, we can either always, of course, either prompt it out or fix it. Refresh the page. Let's do one more test, okay? Maybe just to show you what we have here. But all this I created this using AI, okay? But I'm going to put here real testimonials, okay? Even here, I'm going to use real data, okay? So let us try. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait to see AI create user interfaces properly. It will help me do and make more money faster. So London, okay. I'll choose Heathrow. Then I'll choose Frank. Is it Frankfurt, Frankfurt? Choose that one. Departure, that. Infants, 1. Children, 2. Adults, 3. Okay. But if I say adults, 7, you see, say max is 9. I can't search for flights. Okay. So I have to say like maybe 4. Then search. Okay, I need to put the return date to maybe 18th, class, business. So guys, I need, so yeah, here we get the information, okay, for the flights. 5 results, okay. And looks like they all have the same prices. Oh, no, not all. This one has what? This one is more expensive. Since I have money, let me select the one which is most expensive. Okay, so now we come to this page, okay, which shows the outbound, okay, the return, okay, and this is the pricing for all the people, okay, the 4 adults, what they're paying, what the 2 children are paying, and what the infant is paying, and the total, okay. So I can say there's progress, okay, there's progress. So I'm going to tell you something which I'm going to do offline, okay, because of time. I want to go and rest. I see when I type, every time let me inspect. For you to understand, I'm going to inspect network. Of course, I've showed you this, but I want to be explicit. Maybe refresh, clear. When I say loan, okay, for every character, okay, I see in the API search, I see all these search, these are too many search requests, okay. If this happens, it is thankfully for us we have a catch on the back end, but I don't think we implemented the catch for searching. I've remembered we didn't implement catching for searching city search. Did we? Flights search, did we? Oh, we did. Okay. So at least we shall save some money. But again, it is still too much. Okay. Even if we have a catch, we should limit the number of network requests to the backend. Okay. We cannot search for every character. You see, as soon as I type, okay, are you seeing this 37 requests? This is a lot. Okay, that's a lot. If I type like London, okay, let me clear. Okay, let me clear. I want to repeat. Okay, see guys, if I type London, remove, I seeing all these, they now actually pending because it was too fast. You know how many requests are these? 7 requests. Good, we have a catch on the back end, helping us not to overspend money, okay, and to quickly get our results. But this is tricky, okay. So what I'm going to do, I am going to reduce it so that I'm going to reduce it in such a way that if we type something like London, okay, we have at most 2 requests. 2 at most 3, okay, worst case scenario 3, because we cannot have 7 for this. So I'll do it offline and maybe explain to you in the next live stream. But yeah, I'm going to commit this and push it. You're going to find the code in the repo. Find the repo in the link. So yeah, study it for yourself, fork, play with it, modify, and do whatever you want. Like I always say, share these videos with people in your network so we learn together. In the morning, I'll be back with learning Kubernetes. So if you're learning Kubernetes with me, see you soon. And bye for now. Thank you, Eugene, for being an active participant.